Hi, my name is Fruci. I'm a motivational coach, an author, speaker, and the founder of Fearless and Empowered, teaching women how to become self-motivated, self-confident, and how to level up personally and professionally by eliminating the limiting beliefs they tell themselves so they can change the narrative and be able to live life purposefully. And what does women in leadership means to me? It means a great deal because this is a way for us to see women, advocate, and continue to invest in the advancement of other women, both in an industry as well as in an organization. So how do you know if you have a viable business idea? The first thing first is to do your research. It's so important to do your research because you want to be able to stand out from everybody else. So do your research to make sure that what you're bringing to the table and you're going to bring it into the market is very different from what is already out there. So even going to the people that your services would be required, asking them for feedback and asking them for their thoughts is also a helpful way for you to also establish if what you're bringing into the market is going to be needed, because they can even help you identify gaps of things that a lot of people hasn't tapped into yet, and your business idea might be that opening for them. So doing the research, talking to people that you potentially want to work with or you don't even want to work with, just to gather all the feedbacks is one great way to find out if you have a viable business idea, and then you can build on that to create something that makes you stand out and make you very much in demand. Some practical steps that I would love to share with you to help you stay grounded and focused in pursuit of your goals and aspiration, especially now, is to learn how to practice self-compassion by taking a self-compassion break. And what that involves is just you for 5 minutes or as long as you need. You sit down somewhere in your safe space, or as I call it, my personal bubble, with your nice music on. In my case, some classical music by my favorite pianist, Ludovico. Put it on and I sit there for about 10 to 15 minutes. And I just allow myself to be mindful of a situation that has caused me stressed, or brought me to a state of overwhelmed, or has upset me. I think about it, I bring it to mind. And in doing so, I then acknowledge the fact that I'm not alone. A lot of people go through struggles. But then, as I acknowledge that, it also connects me to the rest of the world. And number 3, I then show myself kindness. So be kind to yourself the same way that you be kind to your friend. The self-compassionate breaks allows you to be able to exercise all of this and be able to show yourself kindness, compassion without any judgment. The second advice that I would give you is try to get into journaling. It could be just bullet journaling or writing on a post-it notes and, giving thanks for what you have, what you currently are dreaming of doing, even if you may not be able to do it right now, but be grateful for that. Like, a grateful heart allows you to create more opportunities to come. So get into gratitude journaling and just journaling in general. Like I said, you can get into a post-it note and put it on your bedroom mirror or somewhere that you can see every morning. So that, for me, I think is so important right now. But I will leave you with this. Try not to give up on your goals and your aspiration, even when it seems tough and even when it seems like you don't know what is going on. Try not to give up on your goals. One thing I use to help me stay grounded when things get so much, or I feel like I get so overwhelmed or I worry, it's one thing that I always do is I remember why. Why did I start my business? Why did I start it in the first place? And who am I trying to engage? Who am I trying to help with my service? Who am I trying to help, period? And in thinking of that, I also use that to push myself and stay motivated. And I also use that to keep going and keep going and keep going. So that's something that I would encourage you that you try to adapt, especially in this season. So those are 3 things I gave you. Practicing self-compassion by taking a self-compassionate break that allows you to be mindful, that allows you to remember that you're not alone, and also allows you to show kindness and compassion to yourself without judgment. Learning to start gratitude journaling or bullet journaling or writing on a post-it notes, encouraging words that keep you motivated and elevates your confidence. And number 3 is just never giving up, because if you remind yourself of why you wanted to start on that goal and that aspiration in the first place, what the mission behind it is, and the impact that you're hoping it would have on people's lives, use that every single day to keep going forward. And if you don't want to do anything sometimes in the day, it's okay not to also do anything. You can just use that day to show yourself some love, some compassion, and some kindness, and take your self-compassionate break. So hopefully this has been very helpful to you. But at the same time, don't forget, you can also have your music playing all at the same time in the background when you're working. Put on your pump music, something that elevates your confidence and elevates your mood to keep you going, especially in this season. Black Women Connect Vancouver is a beautiful platform for women across Vancouver to be able to come together and share their ideas and get creative and be able to share in a safe space in an environment that encourages their growth. It is very needed right here in Vancouver, and I am super, super proud that there is a platform and a place for women to continue to grow, to continue to invest into each other, and find out new ways that they can be their best self.